child has autism. These are words that can change the lives of families forever. Given the tremendous increase in autism over the last 2 decades, it's increasingly likely that you'll have a child with autism in your classroom at some point in your teaching career. Understanding the parent's point of view and a little bit about autism will enable you to work better with the parents to work toward the best possible outcome for the child. I'll give you a brief overview of autism and tell you what parents would like you to know so you can best communicate with the parents. Center for Disease Control reports that 1 in 110 children now have autism. Autism is the fastest growing serious developmental disease in the United States. This number represents a 600% increase over the last 2 decades. So you can see why I said it's increasingly likely that you'll have a child with autism in your classroom. Autism is a spectrum disorder. No 2 children with autism are alike. They're all at different points on the spectrum, and they each have their own unique set of needs. Some have sensory processing issues, some have speech-language impairment, some have gross and fine motor impairment, and some have social interaction challenges. Autism is a developmental disorder, and it's usually diagnosed by the age of 3, which is when developmental growth is at its greatest. Parents are told that during developmental spurts like adolescence, the autism can change. It can get better or worse, or just look different. Children with autism have a different perspective of the world. They have impaired theory of mind, and they don't understand that others don't share their own beliefs, desires, intentions, and experiences. In other words, they don't understand that we don't think the way they do. Children with autism can have sensory differences. Ordinary sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures can be overwhelming to them. This is the foundation. You can't make any progress unless these issues are addressed first. After all, if the child's undergoing sensory overload, they're not going to be learning and behaving normally. Children with autism can have communication difficulties. Some have limited vocabularies, which makes it hard for them to express themselves. If they're feeling confused or frustrated or hungry and they can't express it, there's going to be some behavior problems. They're also concrete thinkers, and they don't understand figurative language. If you tell them the test is a piece of cake, they're going to be thinking about a piece of cake. Because of the communication difficulties, visual supports are very important. A visual schedule that lets the child know what's happening now, what will be happening next, can help for smoother transitions. And checklists and graphic organizers can help the child stay on task. Social interactions can be very challenging for children with autism. It may look like they prefer to be alone, but it could just be that they don't know how to approach a social situation, like how to join a game or how to join a conversation. You may see improper social responses because these children don't understand nonverbal social cues such as facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice. Most children develop these skills naturally as they grow, but these are skills that autistic children need to be taught. My parent friends, when I asked them, said that what they would like teachers to know most about themselves and their families is that their child is, first and foremost, a child. They're not primarily autistic. That leads us to the uniqueness. When Robert was first diagnosed, first reaction was shock, but after that, for me, it was, okay, now we know what this is, and we have a place to start. So for me, a label is just a tool, but a lot of parents are afraid of labels because people will put their child in that box and just leave them there. Autism does not define the child, and it shouldn't lower the expectations just because of the label. You should base your expectations on the individual child's strengths and needs. Distant second, what parents would like you to know is that nobody caused the autism. The myth that bad parenting causes autism was debunked way back in the 60s, but it's still floating around out there. And also, it's not the child's choice to be autistic. Remember that this is happening to them, not to you, and however stressful their behaviors are to you, just remember they're that much worse for the child. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about autism and what parents would like you to know, so I want to tie these together a little bit so to let you know how you can help. Teachers can help by being positive, focus on their strengths and what they can do. We only had one kind of negative teacher, and she'd talk about, oh, this is too hard for him and it's too difficult. And that was very frustrating for us because we always wanted to let him try. You know, you don't know if he can or can't unless you let him try. The best teachers were the ones who would talk about Robert's strengths, what new skills he learned, and then focus on the needs and what we still need to work on. You can be supportive by asking questions and requesting information. Parents know their child best, and they can be a valuable resource. They can tell you if there are sensory issues or language problems or social problems that you should be aware of in your classroom. You can help by providing information. If the child does have a meltdown, naturally you need to let the parents know, but also provide them with when it happened, where it happened, who was there, what was happening, and perhaps together you can find the trigger for what happened and you can avoid it in the future. Okay, finally, teaching is a team effort when that works best when schools and families work together. Knowing how autism affects the families can help you work together with the parents towards the best possible outcome for each student. And working together in this way could also have the benefit of lessening the stress on you and on the student.